The Honda BRV was launched a couple of years ago as the contender in the then growing sector for small seven-seater transport. Yes, at the basic end of the market. What is interesting is you've now had contenders come in below this. Let's move this to a middle category. This is the Elegance version, so you do get nice fog lights in the front at the bottom over there. You do get nice mag wheels that come standard on the car over here, and the chrome trim, for example. They're all examples of what you get on the top level Elegance model. If you have a look inside over here, you see you've got full leather trim as well. And of course, as per standard for a vehicle of this sort, you pull that lever and flip the seats like that for access to the rearmost 6 and 7 seats that of course can fold and fold over individually if that's what you want. As per most cars of this type, you'll see you've got actually a bit more boot space than on some others of this genre in 7-seater mode. And you've got about 180, 190 litres of boot space, surprisingly, in 7-seater mode, which is better than many. Interesting, it's got the hard plastic at the base over here, which does lift out as well, so you've just got that area there. And of course, as I mentioned, the 2 extra seats in the back that even have cup holders for them. Powered by the 1.5 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine that also powers the Jazz, puts out 88 kilowatts and 145 newton meters of torque. Not bad at all, actually pretty peppy, surprisingly so as far as I'm concerned, for a vehicle of this type. Let's see what it's like inside. Coming right into the back for the extra 2 seats in the back, as I said. Interesting enough headroom even with my hat on, but I must say the legroom is kind of limited by my standards even, so anybody bigger than me I think would have a bit of a hassle sitting right back here, but it is not bad at all. And if you take a look ahead of the middle row over there, you can see there are aircon vents in the roof above the middle row, so nice and comfortable for rearmost passengers in the Elegance version. Checking out the dash to start with, as always, and you can see fuel economy 13.5 kilometers per litre, so that comes out at between 7 and 7.5 litres per 100. We've done a lot of town cruising, a lot of urban cruising, and driven it as this car likes to be driven. It likes to be revved. It's a revvy little engine, so I don't think I'll complain about that fuel consumption. You've got only radio controls on the steering wheel over there, so just keep that in mind. And because it's the Elegance, you've got keyless entry and keyless start over there. Nice little features as well. You come across to the center over here and you've got the touch screen, which is again fairly basic. If I go over there to the home button, you can see you've got media, which we've got over there, which is a radio, Bluetooth, and for example phone and settings. So it is fairly basic, but again, what do you want? What do you need? Your aircon system over here works nicely and just generally works. It's actually climate control aircon on this version as well, so nice to have. You go down right down over there and you'll see you've got your power outlet again. Over here, of course, we are driving the manual version, which on the Elegance again is a 6-speed manual. Nice little short stubby gear lever. I was quite surprised by this in actual fact, and it's a real snick short sharp little shift, which I actually quite enjoyed. Almost out of character with this car, but quite fun. I have no complaints about it. You look at the dash over here, very neat. You've got almost this aluminium type trim over here, which is quite a nice feature. But yes, it is plastic, and interestingly on a vehicle of this size, 2 airbags as standard, but I don't think one would complain about that. Well, leather I mentioned earlier, lots of space, comfortable. It's nice and easy and light to drive. Mentioned just now, the engine is peppy. It likes to be revved in actual fact, which again, considering it is a 7-seater commuter vehicle, interesting sort of contrast to it. But it is fun to drive. I'm actually, again, pleasantly surprised. The Elegance version comes in at 333,000 Rand currently. You start at about 280,000 for the trained base version, which is same engine, but obviously extra trim, extra items, lots of those sort of things. So it is a choice only you can make. If you're using it as a transport, as a basic commuter, you certainly don't want the Elegance version. If you're using it for family transport, yes, you want Elegance. I would say there is not really much discussion on that point. So it is dependent on what you want. I said at the beginning of the video, this and the similar vehicles, meaning the Suzuki Ertiga and the Toyota Avanza, used to be the cheapest 7-seater options around. Well, now, of course, Renault brought the Triber and Datsun brought the Go Plus into the game. So there are now the really basic versions over there, and these have moved up to the middle of the market. Quite interesting how the market keeps changing. On the upper 2-level versions, the Comfort and Elegance, you do get a 2-year, 30,000 kilometer service plan included in the price as well. Well, 7-seater, you need a 7-seater sometimes. You want a bit more comfort, you want a bit of pep. There certainly are, as I said just now, 3 choices in this size category. I would suggest you go and drive all 3, and that's the way to make your choices. For Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor, and I'll see you next time.